Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Deals. Here we go, another one, just to show you the averages and what you normally see. 182k. What's going to happen on this diagnostic tool? Quick look around under the bonnet. That noise, normal. While the key's on and the engine's off, normal. Turbo, don't worry about it. It's coming from down there, don't worry about it. Okay. Reasonably clean, does some outback traveling. It's got a winch on there just in case. It's got an Optima battery. He's listening. He's definitely listening all the way to the end. Okay, so nothing to see here. Just thought I'd show you all what we're looking at here. Let's start it up and see what the readings say. Right, here we go. Cold start, that's it. Bit of a rough idle there I'm feeling. Load, up around 30% cold. Told you it does crazy things when it's cold, so that will settle down once it warms up. We're going to make this a short video, so stick around, short and concise. 182k, it'll probably be original injectors. He's had it since about 140. I don't see any reason why anyone would have changed them, but we could be wrong. Let's have a quick look at the other readings cold so you know what they are when they're cold. See the injection volume up way really high, 15. Feedback values, well, they're all 1 point something more or less, aren't they? Doesn't really tell us much either. Pilot 1, Pilot 2, they're going to be not right either because the engine's cold. Main injection period, that's not going to be right either. It's going to be longer, higher number. Okay, and it's got the short SCV, I think. Fuel pressure will be changing when it's cold. And so with the timing. So let's not waste any time. Let's get it warmed up. Another quick look at the individual feedback numbers. If anything really higher than a 1.6 comes up, I'll show you those, but whatever. Okay, so the engine's been running about 2 minutes now. We're just going to give it a gentle rev and have a listen to it and check for smoke. It's a little bit agricultural. Let's go for a drive and warm it up and we'll check out the readings afterwards. Whoa! I just went to back out and it's like flat spotting on me, almost like stalling. I believe fuel pressure. Seems to be following not too badly, but yeah, I put it in reverse, gently got into the gas and not much was happening anyway. I'll go for a drive. Here we go. Make sure you got all your accessories turned off. See, climate control off. Alright, still same car. Let's just show you. Right, 182k. It's a 2009 120, LC 120, Toyota Prado in Australia. Load reading, 22%. No surprise there. This is what normally happens. Long overdue, right? Long overdue. This is the normal. I thought we better spend a bit more time on this since we had one that made it look, oh yeah, not too bad. Sort of, it was a bit weird. But this is what the rest of them do. So you can't have 100 cars that do this and then one that's okay. So it's just ridiculous what happened with that Hilux. But anyway, let's get down and have a quick look at the other readings and let's get out of here. I'm hungry, aren't you? Full operating temp. Yeah, let's just go back. You saw it at the top, didn't you? Coolant temp, 86. So it's even idling a bit warmer. So this is one of those vehicles that when the coolant gets done next, might be worth throwing a thermostat at it, but no big deal. Could be the temperature sensor out a little bit too. So, and what did I just do wrong there? Here we go. Hang on a minute. I'll fix this up. I'll fix up my work in a minute. Here we go. I just want it like that. Now look, see, it's going up over 12, so it's out of spec even by Toyota. My spec is a little bit lower than that. See the feedback value. See what they've done once it's warmed up. It's totally changed and it's stayed on minus 2.2, which is higher readings than we ever normally see. Notice the Pilot 1, Pilot 2, they've settled down a bit, always around about 430, whether they're new or old, to be quite honest. So, but don't look at it when it's cold. Main injection should be about 5 to 7, and you can see quite a bit of 7 and 8 going on, right, over 800. The usual 3 readings, you know how it goes, guys. So, thought we'd better do this because you knew this already. Then we saw that other car, and then you might have scratched your head once or twice and gone, well, I've never seen anything like that. This is what we see when you've done 180,000 Ks. That's why a recommendation General guide is 7 years 170, but on the 120s, different injectors, they don't last as long. The new ones are better, they may last longer. We're not there yet because they only changed, you know, over the recent years, if you know what I mean. So on the old 120s, the injectors are flogged by about 150, 160k. This is 180. The load off its head, the injection volume off, it's put in double the amount of fuel at idle as what it should. It should be around 6. Okay, this one up here. Right, feedback values not looking too great, but you know, we've seen worse. And main injection period, the usual 3, out of spec. Now let's have a look at that fuel pressure now that it's warmed up. Timing, yeah, not too bad, whatever. Right, let's look at this fuel pressure. You watch, bet you it's got to be jumping all over the joint. Probably make me wrong. So it's got to make me wrong again once, doesn't it? Anyway, I know it's getting boring. Look at that, it's even sitting pretty good down at 30. Don't worry, it'll jump somewhere eventually. 35, not too bad, but it's got the short one. Anyway guys, that's the video. I promise you I'll keep it short. Okay, so does that mean it's too late? Bonus information for people that want more information. Does that mean it's too late? Well, look, you know, when it was cold, just moving off the mark, giving it a little rev, it didn't sound the greatest, but once you got driving, you know, under load even, it was pretty good. So I'd say it was running fairly well, so it's not too late. And with a lot of vehicles, a lot of people aren't going to be able to tell, because I know vehicles and I know owners, and sometimes people worry when they think it's noisy and it's not. And I hear some vehicles where I go, and you're not worried about that? So yeah, you just got to watch it, because it is hard to know when it's time, which is why, based on averages from Diagnostics and all the stuff we do, I recommend based on average. Now, it is a bit too late. The reason it's too late, by the time you see this video, we are just been absolutely hammered. We're fully booked for ages and then taking a break. So between our work and our annual leave, whatever you want to call it, our holiday time, our R&R, our rest time, we're busy and not going to be back on deck ready to take any more inquiries whatsoever until Tuesday the 26th of April, the day after Anzac Day. We'll be back on deck ready to get hammered some more, because I might not be ready, but that's what will be happening anyway, ready or not. Ready or not. Anyway, that's what's going to happen. So for anything you need, any bookings, any parts inquiries, anything, if you can, wait until then, because yeah, we're meant to be already busy and taking a break. So that's the idea of it. I could say, oh look, you know, if you're desperate, you could do this, that or that. Look, if you're desperate, use our Facebook groups. You want to have a look at what they are again in case you missed it. Definitely in plenty of other videos, right? Our Facebook groups, see, we don't use Messenger. This is like Star Wars, you know, where the credits just roll up the page slowly like that, right? And you can pause or rewind. Anyway, whatever. Quick chat about those. You can see all the information's there. The phone number is a text message service only. Parts Mondays, but not until at least, well, parts day is going to be Tuesday the 26th of April is the next one. So you need to wait till then. The rest of the time we're busy. See our groups? That's what you use while we're away. There's heaps of people in these groups that know stuff, okay? And you want to be a regular, then you get to know who knows what's going on and who doesn't know what's going on. Then when you need to ask a question, you go, this guy, yeah, he's good actually, I know him, he must listen to Anthony and all these videos. Anyway, all the information you need is right there on these YouTube channels, and it's all condensed into a place where we can happily get along together and help each other out like a community in all these groups here. Obviously, if you're in Australia, Oz Prado crew, Oz Hilux crew, any other engines anywhere in the world, there's the 4 engines we can possibly help you out with and what we're specializing in. The 2 groups at the bottom there, the same names as the YouTube channels. Bada bing, I think that's it. We said we're going to keep it short, so let's get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.